You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans. So we've got Audra Charles thinking she has everything under control and is about to get everything she wants. The career of her dreams while still having the man of her dreams, Nate Hastings. But it is all about to blow up in her face, as Audra is likely going to be collateral damage in the battle between the Newmans and the Abbotts. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to discuss how Audra is walking into a trap at the fancy party in France and could soon lose everything. And hey, please hit subscribe if you are not following us. Right now, Victor Newman is holding Audra's feet to the fire. Victor gave her some seed money, but he's holding out on more until he sees if Audra delivers, to see if she can really break up Claire and Kyle. Victor, if you remember, promised to fully fund her new cosmetics company, Vibronte, if she does what he wants, and only if she does it. And for weeks now, Victor's been pressuring Audra to seduce Kyle so that Claire will see he is a disloyal cheat and dump him. And of course, Audra doesn't want to actually go through with that and sleep with Kyle because she's committed to Nate and she doesn't want to lose him. But also, Kyle is head over heels for Claire. His ex, Audra, is not on his radar at all. Kyle is not even remotely tempted, but Audra thinks she can find a way to convince Claire that her boyfriend Kyle is no good, so she'll dump him without Audra having to go too far and get physical with Kyle, which again, he's not interested in anyway. Claire's got him all tied up in little happy knots, and Kyle is a smitten kitten. But Audra is scrambling to make something happen. And she told Victor she needed to get Kyle to France away from Claire to make it happen. And Audra did try to tempt Kyle to go to the Dumas party for a big perfume battle, but he still said no. Audra was so sure she'd be able to set up Kyle once she got him away from home, but it's still not exactly clear how Audra even plans to do this. But initially, even though Victor got her 2 invitations for her and him, Kyle still said no. But then Jack and Diane had a little talk, and of course, Jack thinks the whole Audra thing is a Victor setup, and they plan to protect Kyle. So strangely, for whatever reason, storyline reasons, Jack and Diane told Kyle he should come to France because that way his parents can keep an eye on Audra and protect Kyle. It's quite clear that Diane and Jack do not trust Audra. And Kyle's mom thinks Audra is going to weaponize her sexuality. Well, that's definitely the approach that she usually uses, but Audra's trying not to do that. So Jack and Diane's eyes are wide open, and they are not gonna let Audra get Kyle alone and pull something. And that's bad news for Audra. She is desperate to get the funding from Victor without actually getting naked with Kyle and ruining things with Nate. So, you know, maybe Audra planned to drug Kyle or get him drunk and take photos. I mean, Audra may plan to bribe a maid or somebody at the estate in France to pose for some naughty photos with Kyle. You know, it doesn't have to be Audra in photos. Really, all she needs is photos of Kyle doing something unfaithful that would betray Claire with some woman, you know? So she may be, I honestly think at this point, she's just kind of making it up as she goes along and hoping for the best because that's all she's got. Then again, Audra might steal Kyle's phone and she can send some inappropriate text messages back and forth between them or between Kyle and like a burner phone with some mystery lady, and she can send some inappropriate photos from that. Audra can send inappropriate texts to Claire from Kyle's phone saying horrible things to implicate him in some sort of cheating scandal. Given how upset that Claire is right now about her dad Cole being so sick, that would probably hit her really hard if she thinks Kyle has been unfaithful. Now, Audra thinks she's going to France to get everything she wants, but I think it's going to be her undoing. I think she's going to be destroyed. Even if she does pull something on Kyle, I'm pretty sure Jack and Diane would catch her and expose her. Plus, don't forget, Audra lied to Nate and she gaslit him when he said he wanted to go to France with Audra. So Nate's already on alert. He already thinks it's a trap. He just doesn't have all the info. And unfortunately, neither does Audra. So with her heading to France and now feeling pretty good because Kyle's also going, she's scheming. She's feeling like a big boss babe. But really, she's just a pawn in Victor's dirty game. He does not care about Audra, and Victor was probably never going to fulfill what he promised, even if Audra did break up Claire and Kyle. I think, personally, Victor threw her enough money to keep her happy, but that's it. Victor's already shown before he has no respect for Audra, and it's not just that it's a trap, it's more of a double trap. Picture a bear trap with huge teeth on both sides, huge jaws, aiming to crush Audra caught in the middle. On one side, we've got Victor holding all that money hostage for her company and luring her to do a bad thing to Kyle and Claire. On the other side, we've got Jack and Diane ready to crush Audra for messing with Kyle. I don't see any path where Audra comes out of this with what she wants from Victor. And instead, I think Audra is going to lose Vibronte and also Nate. Jack and Diane aren't going to let her set up Kyle. And that's the only way that she can satisfy Victor. So I'm guessing even if Audra attempts it, which she probably will, I can see Jack letting Nate and Devon and Lily know what kind of viper they let into their family. And Audra's been trying to show Devon and Lily she can be trusted, but she can't. And this trip is going to prove it, unless really there's one way for her to get out of this. If Audra grows a conscience and she comes clean to Kyle, tells him the truth about what Victor's doing, other than that, there's no way out for her. Somebody will tell Nate what Audra was plotting, whether it's Kyle or Claire or the Abbotts, and Victor will cut off the money supply. He may even snatch Vibronte away from her. Nate will probably dump her like a hot rock because she's been lying through her teeth. And even though Audra never planned to cheat, she has been lying and scheming and misleading him. And Nate may not even believe her when Audra says, oh, I wasn't really ever going to seduce Kyle. Bottom line is, even if she doesn't follow through in France, Audra has already broken Nate's trust. He just doesn't know it yet. And I do wonder if Holden is going to factor into this and he shows up in France to try and help Audra. But then again, I think Holden is only trying to help himself, and he's just as likely to sabotage Audra and spill the beans to Nate because Holden wants her and he doesn't want her with Nate. In the end, I think Audra is in for a rude awakening in France when she finds out she is caught in a wicked game between the Abbotts and Newmans, and she's definitely not going to come out a winner. I think she is going to be destroyed as collateral damage in their ongoing battle.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.